Hope you enjoyed this one. This is Sullivan and Gator and review on Sailor Moon Crystal episode 22. Oh, like first of all, in the beginning, like it seems that Chibiusa's a small lady right now, has been taken by Wise Man and the sorcerer in the black cloak, who seems to be manipulating everybody from behind the scenes. Even though the leader of the faction in Black Moon is Prince Amanda, it seems very obvious that this guy Wiseman is like the main source of the negative of the upheaval. Even though most of it is because of the negative energy produced by planet Nemesis, and it's because of its dark energy in nature. It's basically a living planet of negative, living mass of dark matter and negative energy forged on the planet itself. Because the amount of this black crystal, it's like the opposing element to the legendary silver crystal. Basically, he's something that opposes it. You know, like matter and antimatter. It's the same concept. And if you understand basic physics, and Chibi Usabi taking my wise man, and it's alerting. It's having a disturbance, and it's alerted Sailor Pluto, who gave her the key to breach time and space. So for Sailor Pluto, not to worry about Chibi, she has to be worried because she's the one who gave her the key. It's his Chibi. He is a princess. That means she's heir to the throne. That means anything seriously bad. So it's very bad for the kingdom. Uh, like in Mamo, Tuxedo Mask, he goes in to try to save her, from the darkness that's coming. And he's trying to save Chibi from from the darkness. And even though it means he could potentially be lost himself. Also later, Sailor Moon tries to find her friends, Sailor Mars, Jupiter, uh, and Mercury. She tries to do everything in her hand, but she's losing strength. I mean, remember that planet is negative force compared to the positive force of the Sailor Scouts and the legendary Silver Crystal. So the longer she gets on that planet, the more she's gonna suffer or anything. Like she's like she even tries to do it alone. She even also hears a conversation. Like her friends are in what you call the chamber of darkness that holds dark fear. I mean, her friends can already feel her, but her connection is very weak. Especially the longer she stays there. And remember, the power of her past cannot affect the future, unless she uses power from the future to affect the present. But I'll get to that in a minute. And also, we have to know that Saphir, who is Prince Damada's brother, and he has some kind of hatred against, and Neo Queen Serenity and Sailor Moon because it's because of his obsession with her that basically is fueling Prince Damanda. Just because he saw Queen Serenity one time, his obsession for her is the reason why he's trying to rewrite history and destroy most of the world. I mean, he's doing this because of Wise Man and the Crystal, But one of the things that fuels his ambition is the sight of Queen Serenity that one time, and knowing that Chibiusa is her daughter just gives her more to look at. So basically, you have to understand the situation he is. Also, we get the so they also the Sailor Scouts they're trying to learn and the good guys are trying to learn the origin of the Black Nemesis. Like for example, the man who was exiled to Nemesis before, like the first criminal, Death Phantom. He was exiled to Nemesis centuries ago, But then all of a sudden we have no idea what happened to him after he was exiled. But if my hunch is correct, then the wise man is actually Death Phantom, and according to the powers of the eye, the evil eye, and that can affect the person's soul and mind, and that is something that Death Phantom can use, and yet the Black Moon Prince Amanda could use it because of the power of Wise Man. I'm I know it's too early to tell, but it has to make sense. I think about it. The Black Moon crest is the same as Death Phantom. Oh, probably wants to call him Phantom Death, but you get my point. You literally get my point. The way what I'm talking about, right? Now, if you understand the situation clearly, then you and the Death Phantom is Wise Man, a being that can bend time and space and manipulate the darkness in people's hearts to make them do evil things. And it's like he corrupted the Black Moon, made them his henchmen, and made it look like Prince Demanda was in charge, which he's the one who's whispering in his ear the entire time. Yeah. Also, I gotta note that that's as as Usagi Sailor Moon, she's going to die. She keeps her feelings. Remember what we remember. Do you know how the legendary silver crystal works? Her strong feelings is what controls the crystal. Her emotions, like the power of the crystal, is fueled by her emotions. That reacted with Neo Queen Serenity, who is, and even though she's encased in crystal, she's still Usagi's future self, and the past and the present are always connected, allowing her to use the energy, necessary to overcome the evil and the darkness of Nemesis, as to as to become Sailor Moon again, and to find her friends and to give them the strength and to return. But you have to understand the situation for them is very grim because they're on their enemy's home turf, surrounded by on I mean, right now, I mean, they did get a victory. She got her friends back, but they also may have lost something very, very important. Who is that? If you haven't guessed from the beginning of this video what I'm talking about, then you have to. I don't want to spoil everything for you, but it's best that you watch this episode for yourself. I'm gonna put the link down in the description. This episode itself is pretty good. Was pretty good, and and suspenseful. Animation was pretty sly, and typical. You know, I say typical as in not typical like boring. I say typical as in it definitely is coming with the pace. I'm sorry I didn't review 21, but that's me. I like to do things slow. But you understand my feelings. This episode definitely was good, definitely suspenseful, and leading to a new enemy that they never expected to see before. I want to see Sailor Pluto fight, but as the child of Kronos, the god of time, she can't leave the time gate. She cannot leave the gate of time and space, because she has to become the guardian. Because anybody goes through the gate, they can go to the past. I mean, the Black Moon has already done it before using their own version, their own method. But using her gate, they could probably go through it a lot smoother and probably use the power of the crystal, the legendary silver crystal. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Ain't overcoming adversity, evil darkness, and it's like fueled by ambition. Wise Man, he's definitely a monster. He is Death Phantom. I gotta admit, he is Death Phantom. If anybody didn't discuss, if anybody wasn't thinking about, then it makes sense. But if you were thinking it, then you got a sharp mind. He is Death Phantom. So you gotta understand the way how I feel. This guy is definitely a monster. Probably worse than Demanda. Compared to Demanda, even though Demanda did the deeds, he was manipulated by a puppet. Hope you enjoyed. That's fine. This is Sullivan Adams game. Do Sailor Moon Crystal episode 22. Hope you enjoyed. Take some time to subscribe. Thank you. Signing off. Sullivan Adams. Bye.